Henry Cavill is a true gamer, as he enjoys one Warhammer title that's only known to real fans. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. Please like, share and subscribe for more. It's a known fact that Henry Cavill is a massive nerd. The Witcher actor has been into video games since he was a child and has made his passion known throughout his career. Henry Cavill is a true gamer, as he enjoys one Warhammer title that's only known to real fans. One of the most interesting moments came when Cavill talked about his love for video games and how he's a fan of the Total War, Warhammer. When Cavill says, "I love that game, it's so good," he isn't lying, considering the hype behind the franchise. In an interview with Josh Horowitz, Henry Cavill opened up about various projects he's been involved in, such as Superman and The Witcher, and how he's planning to tackle his future going forward. The game quickly managed to grab everyone's attention with its unique gameplay aspects that had never been seen before in the gaming industry. Creative Assembly further enhanced the game with multiple DLCs that added to the fun. It's not a shock that even Cavill couldn't get enough of the title. If you're unaware, Total War, Warhammer is a strategy game that was developed by Creative Assembly. The game debuted all the way back in 2016 and offered a mix of turn-based empire management and real-time battles. However, that's not the case. On his Instagram, Cavill praised Saber Interactive's sequel to the beloved old title. The British actor loved the game's campaign, even though he couldn't finish it on Angel of Death alone. He's also a fan of the PvP side of things and looking forward to the title's growth. It's been a while since the release of Warhammer 40k, Space Marine 2. You might think that Cavill hasn't dipped his toes into the game, considering everything he's been working on for the franchise's debut on TV screens. If Space Marine 2 manages to grow more, it could attract even more numbers for Cavill's upcoming 40k project that has finally kicked off. Saber is well aware of the success of Space Marine 2 and is planning to add multiple content additions in 2025. We'll soon see changes to PvP mode, and a new map will also be available that will encourage more close-quarter fights. That's not. Saber is also planning to overhaul PvE modes as a new Horde mode will be released. We can also expect new operations, enemies, and a battle barge expansion. Alongside new modes, gamers will receive new customizations with a new champion. There's a sniper-class soldier of the Warhammer live-action series in the form of Salamander champion. Henry Cavill reveals that he is engrossed in another project. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. Please like, share and subscribe for more. Known as the King of Nerds amongst his loyal fans, actor Henry Cavill's connection to the Warhammer 40,000 project with Prime Video was like a dream come true for many. But now, it seems like that dream will require time and patience to bring to reality. People expected Henry Cavill to be elbow-deep in the creation of the Warhammer live-action franchise. Instead, in an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, published July 30th, the star revealed his immediate attention is on the Highlander reboot. He said, "Highlander. That is taking all of my focus. It's a project that I'm extremely excited about. This character is going to be a lot of fun to play, and I'm loving working with Chad Stahelski. He is a very talented man." Despite fans waiting with bated breath for an update on the upcoming Warhammer 40,000 series, Cavill revealed how he is not focusing on its development at the moment. On the other hand, all of his efforts are going into his upcoming film with Chad Stahelski. So far, Cavill and his former Man of Steel co-star Russell Crowe have been confirmed to be part of the film in the role of Juan Sanchez Villalobos Ramirez, the mentor to Cavill's character. Since the story is fantastical in nature, it was bound to attract Cavill's interest, not to mention the time needed to understand and perfect the character is a long, arduous process, and a challenge that the star likes. In the THR interview, the former DCU star said that he was extremely excited to be a part of Stahelski's reboot of this franchise, as he was a big fan of the films. He further stated that he loves to play the character he would be portraying, which is an immortal Scottish swordsman who faces off with other immortal warriors to obtain a coveted prize. After his recent role in the MCU as a variant of Wolverine and with his action comedy flick The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, Cavill is now preparing for the future. And so far, these are the projects that he is confirmed to be a part of. With the reputation that Stahelski built with the John Wick franchise, the movie will be one to keep an eye out for. Which project of Cavill's are you most excited for? Tell us in the comments down below. Highlander, official release date unannounced, but expected to release in cinemas in early to mid-2026. Warhammer 40,000 live-action series, official release date unannounced, but expected to release on Prime Video in mid-2026/early 2027. Although none of these have a release date out yet, we can comfortably expect Highlander and Enola Holmes 3 to hit the theaters and TV screens in 2026. On the other hand, Superman and Man of Steel finally go head-to-head that has very little info as Henry Cavill's legacy gets threatened by David Corenswet. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. Please like, share and subscribe for more. When released in 2013, Henry Cavill's Man of Steel started off strong but hit a speed bump in the second weekend due to a flood of negative reviews and an even harsher word of mouth. At the end of its box office run, it held the record for being the highest-grossing solo Superman movie of all time, earning $668 million worldwide and $291 million domestically, the numbers. For the longest time, Henry Cavill's Man of Steel single-handedly held the honor of being the highest-grossing solo Superman movie of all time. But not anymore. A decade later, David Corenswet's Soup, all puppy eyes, pouty face, dimpled smile, and naive optimism, has won over the fans for good. The golden favorite of DC, Superman, landed a strong comeback and hit a home run simultaneously in James Gunn's 2025 summer blockbuster. Now the DCU movie threatens the box office record of Zack Snyder's DCU film from 2013 and is set to surpass its domestic earnings by tomorrow, at best 2013, Henry Cavill. However, it is also important to note that Man of Steel was released more than a decade ago. So, when adjusted for inflation, assuming an average annual inflation rate of around 3.2%, for a more accurate comparison of the two DC films, Moses' $291 million would equate to $387 million, domestic, and its $668 million would be equivalent to $920 million, worldwide, in 2025. But this neat little number is now threatened by David Corenswet's Superman, whose $289 million in domestic earnings is expected to surpass Cavill's box office record by tomorrow via discussing film. Since Christopher Reeve took off with Superman, the movie in 1978, it has been one iteration after another of superhero movies and TV/animated series. Countless different versions of Superman, Batman, Joker, and Spider-Man populated mainstream media with countless reboots and restarts. So much so that James Gunn declared a ban on origin stories of Soup, the Bat, and Spidey. But despite all the distinctly unique versions of the Man of Steel, Zack Snyder's 2013 film managed to polarize the audience, and the DC Extended Universe it launched became the most obsessively talked-about phenomenon of the 21st century, discounting Barbenheimer, of course. And it's not necessarily a good thing. For whoever said all publicity is good publicity has never lived through the DCU debacle that resulted in the Snyderverse resurrection and the volatile #ReleaseSnyderCut movement on social media. In hindsight, the raging public storm seems silly and a completely unhealthy coping mechanism on the fandom's part after not being able to come to terms with Snyder's WB exit. If the movie were released today, Superman wouldn't stand a chance of matching those numbers. Yet, in contrast, James Gunn's fresh new start with DCU has not only healed the broken fandom but also shown the audience a better way to bring Superman's story to life.